My name is Mr. Kabuzi from Metiana Municipality. I want to thank you so much for boxing ZAAKE. But next time, kick him harder. God bless you abundantly. Well, it is unfortunate that when you ask me exactly what happened, I can't explain to you properly. Because personally, I left my home on Wednesday to attend Parliament. And from nowhere, I was attacked. And that attack I can't explain because I was seated. The man came, he started telling me to leave the seat, that I want to sit where I'm seated. And as you know, that's where I sit. I used to sit with Honorable Cecilia Gwal, the late, and may her soul rest in peace. And Honorable ZAAKE is a shadow cabinet minister in charge of presidency. And you know where shadow cabinet sits in front. And it doesn't make sense to me up to now why he came to me, he wanted me to leave that particular place. And to make matters worse, he started pushing me and saying stupid actually. I mean, I didn't understand. And that's a question that I have not gotten the answer why the man came to push me. And it is unfortunate. What happened, I'm not happy about, because that's not leaders should portray in Uganda. Especially as I listened from him that the fight was about where I was seated. I mean, like kids fighting, not members of parliament fighting for a seat. It doesn't make sense. I don't know, because I came when he was speaking. I found him order. I don't know whether he was occupying that place or not. So I sat where I sit. And that's where I sit always. And it doesn't make sense. And first of all, when I see him admitted in hospital, I don't understand. Because when you watch that video very well, after all the scuffle, the man was standing, was kicking. I wonder whether he was beaten by some other people or is pretending to be badly off. I don't understand. But above all, why, if it is about the seat, why talk about stupid Acholi? It doesn't make sense. Why do you bring it to Acholi people? If I'm stupid, abuse me. I don't understand. Well, there are two perspectives. Number one, you cannot have lifted a leg of a man. You better have lifted a leg of a woman. It doesn't make sense for you to have uplifting a leg of a man. But secondly, why talk about stupid actually? It doesn't make sense. And pushing me. You know, I am shocked what happened. But I think I'm not even surprised because the man was charged. You remember when he left the floor, he was already showing his blow. You know, it was a wrong, I would say transfer of aggression. Maybe he wanted to attack the speaker. Why was he throwing blow in the air? I don't understand. So it's transfer of aggression. And unfortunately, he targeted a wrong person. That's the problem. You know, this is called reflect action. You can't say, is this the best option? Is this the worst option? It is called a reflect action. It happens there and then. So the next thing comes to your mind, it's late. It has happened. So you can't tell me, is it a solution to resolve a problem? No, that's not a solution. But when you are attacked, you respond. And that's what happened. The issue with me is very simple. I'm a very humble person, but never attack me. When you attack me, it's like pushing an elephant. You will not survive. The same thing happened in Odongato. He kicked me. And it's happening with this man uplifting me, pushing me. That you can't survive. But I'm very humble. And you know I don't quarrel with people. When you check my history, I don't quarrel with people. But don't attack me. I defend myself.
So do you regret what happened on Wednesday?
No. I'm actually expecting apology from Honorable ZAAKE. Being somebody who is younger than me, actually his age is the age of my children. He's not right at all. Especially in an African setting. When an adult is sitting, even if I was seated where he was seated before, you give that respect. And above all, there was a space near me. And what surprises me up to now, Because as he was pushing me, another person came and sat near me. Was it a setup on me? I don't understand. There was no need for him to push me when there is a space near me for him to sit on. He wasn't making sense at all. So why should I apologize? This is not the first time. People who tried to take me to court, they have failed, especially when you started fighting me. When Odongato went to court, the DPP said it was it was a scuffle. Like this one, he started fighting me. If anything, I want to go to court.
So you're also planning to go to court?
I don't want to. Why should I? There's no sense in it. But let him go ahead. A court of law is where we can resolve issues, and unfortunately, we are all members of parliament. We know the law. So there's no problem. Let him go ahead. But my unfortunate issue, I'm not happy about the Speaker of Parliament of Uganda. Why am I suspended when I'm attacked? I mean, it doesn't make sense. If I was the one who attacked somebody in the House, then you say my misconduct in the House. But I did not attack anybody. I'm appealing this particular suspension. It doesn't make sense. I don't want it to go on record that I'm suspended because I'm attacked in the House. That will encourage more people to attack you because they know when you're attacked, you're also suspended. It doesn't make sense at all. But above all, I'm very disappointed that my contact has been circulated and supporters of NUP are trying to intimidate me, sending me threatening messages that I'm going to be killed, my family will be killed. I don't think. If it was an organized attack on me, maybe by NUP supporters, why do you bring a tribal? You're saying Baganda, and you are saying you are Cholis, you are stupid, you want to support President Museveni. I have never supported President Museveni. If anything, if any passion has suffered under leadership of President Museveni, it's actually people. All our animals has been removed. Up to now, government has never compensated it. Acholis, who used to be second up to Buganda in terms of resources, became the worst in the country. We have suffered on issue of our power. Up to now, it's not resolved. People have died. Many people have been jailed. We have issues of poverty, that we are now 7% poor in the country. We are the worst in the country. How would you then think, the whole of me, the chairman of Acholi parliamentary group, you are saying we are supporting President Museveni? It is a known case in the country that the tribe that registered President Museveni from the beginning has been the Acholi people. Until 2021, that's when they voted. And he was being supported by the Baganda. So you are sending me messages, threatening me, threatening the Acholi people, when we are suffering with issues of Balalu, taking over land in Acholi, sub-region. It doesn't make sense. And I think people should not take this as a tribal thing. Not even the parties NUP versus FDC or versus AKOL. I have never had a grudge with the FDC and the NUP. I have never had a grudge with the Baganda. Maybe if there is any problem, I'm wondering whether ZAAKE is a normal human being. Actually, I was requesting, and up to now I'm requesting, he needs to be checked by a mental specialist. How can, a member of parliament come and attack you over where you are seated? A seat. Even my children now in primary school don't fight over seats. And it's unfortunate that this is the news that we fought over where to sit in Parliament of Uganda. But I think I'm coming back to Parliament with emotion. I have been in Nigeria. I have been in the UK. I have been in South Africa and many parliaments. The sitting arrangement in the House is such a way that members have their name on where you sit. And if the House now is not enough, let the Parliament of Uganda get a appropriate space where all the seats are numbered, so that you even know when a member of Parliament is absent in the House, his seat is empty. But not members of Parliament struggling over seats. It doesn't make sense at all. Because I don't believe that members of Parliament can fight over a chair when we can even buy chairs. How? And as if you carried a chair from your home. It doesn't make sense. Completely no. I have already written my complaint to the Speaker. The conduct that she is claiming that I misconducted myself is wrong. I was attacked in the house, and I'm appealing the suspension, and I actually call for the Speaker to cancel that suspension on me. I don't talk for others. But if anything, I was attacked in the house. Most of you saw the video. It's very clear that I was humbly seated down. The man came with his charge, throwing his blow in the air, and then came and started attacking me. So why do you blame me? Why do you suspend me? Why, of all things?
Where does this leave the image of Parliament and members of Parliament and your title, Honourable?
I think I will remain a Honourable Member of Parliament because I've never misbehaved as a person. Even in these two instances where you are saying I fought, I was always attacked. And I warned, please don't attack me. I have said several times, you know our symbol is an elephant. They are cholis. So don't push an elephant with your hand. You can't manage. And that's very clear. So don't attack me. I'm very humble. And I think I have been calling for Ugandans to unite. Never talk about tribal sentiment. We did not apply to be in Uganda. Neither somebody applied to be a Muganda, or a Musoga, or an Acholi, or a Munyankore. We found ourselves in Uganda. So never, never talk about tribalism. Let us be united as a country. The only way we can keep this country and hand it over to the new generation when it is united is by our unity now. Therefore, I want to condemn any person who think this was a fight between a Muganda and Acholi. This was ZAAKE who attacked an Acholi, a humble person, but only that our weight are different. That's it. I made it very clear that never try to uplift a leg of a man. You can uplift legs of women, but not men. That's the first mistake. But secondly, don't push an elephant. Whether I'm the chairman or a normal Acholi, I'm warning you people. It is not, the Acholis are very humble people, but don't push, don't fight. That's it. And that's why I told you, I am not regretting. What I'm waiting for is an apology from ZAAKE, who is younger than me, who should have respected me. I mean, it doesn't make sense. Especially fighting over a chair. I heard from him, he's telling me that I sat over where he was seated. I mean, how many chairs can a member of Parliament buy? And why do you fight for a chair in Parliament? It doesn't make sense, if that was the reason. But to me, it was a transfer of aggression. He was annoyed. He could not maybe have fought. Maybe he was prepared to fight the Speaker or somebody else while he was throwing his hand. Now it's transfer of aggression. But the problem is, he transferred it to the wrong person. That's the problem. And that's my issue, please. Thank you. Number one, if you watch that video very well, the punch that we threw with ZAAKE could have not taken him to a hospital. Even after that, he was kicking the air here and there. And it shows to you that either he was beaten by somebody else after that scuffle, or he's pretending. So I don't think there's a reason to check on him. That's number one. Because the punch that we threw with him, he was still kicking, and he could not land him to be maybe on drift or in the ICU. No. That was not a punch that can take him to a hospital. So either he was beaten by somebody else after that scuffle, or he's pretending. Because you see his coats are torn, what, and all that. How? At what particular point did that happen? I don't know. Secondly, if there is anybody who tell me that I was planted, or by government, or that, I mean, I have never been planted by government, and I've never supported NRM government. And if you follow the answer of Parliament, the last debate, I was one of the persons saying, this action is wrong. You cannot rationalize Uganda Coffee Development Authority. That's what I said on the floor of Parliament. So how would you then think that I'm planted? But if I'm planted, how come he was the one who attacked me? Because if I came to attack him, you would say he was planted. If anything, you will say it was the one planted on me. And if you are saying because of where I sit, that's where I sit always. And you all know you are journalists who sit in parliament. You've been focusing. Or if you don't have the record, go back and watch all the sittings of parliament. That's where I sit. And Honorable ZAAKE is a shadow minister, and there are places where a shadow minister sits, and there's a front bench. You wonder why the man comes to attack me where I sit. Because shadow ministers sit opposite the cabinet ministers. That's the position where I should be sitting. And above all, I mean, fighting for a seat, it doesn't make sense for a member of parliament to be fighting for a seat. That is wrong. There must be something else. And that's why I'm zeroing down, I'm saying, this man has a mental problem. And we need specialists to check him. His conduct doesn't show somebody who is normal. And that must stop. We can't encourage this kind of behavior on the floor, and especially in Parliament of the Republic of Uganda, where we make law. It's a temple it's a temple where we make the laws in the country. It doesn't make sense. That's totally wrong. And I regret that it happened, and it must stop. Nobody should repeat this kind of behavior again. That's wrong.
On the right hand note, if you calculated it. On the right hand, did you calculate the point that now
it's not just one?
I told you this was called a reflect action. A reflect action, there are actions that happen without your preparation. First of all, I came to Parliament, I didn't know I'm going to be fought. So how can you calculate your punch when you are not aware? Those are just reflect action that happens immediately when you are attacked. It was not a prepared move at all.
People say they saw that under suspension.
I have never gone to Parliament. Yesterday, I wanted to go to Parliament. I was stopped at the gate because I wanted to take my letter of complaint to the Speaker of Parliament of Uganda. I am appealing my suspension. I feel it is wrong for Right Honorable Speaker to have treated me in that manner when I was attacked. It doesn't make sense. And I don't want that to go on record. And even if she doesn't answer my complaint that I wrote yesterday, the first day I will come to Parliament is to come with a motion to make sure that should be removed, my suspension. Shouldn't be on record of Parliament of Uganda. When I'm attacked, and then you blame me, you tell me it's a misconduct, and you suspend me from the floor of Parliament, 3 sittings, it doesn't make sense at all. Thank you. Even when you watch the video, go back, you realize the man was not in that condition. He was even kicking. Now, how again you end up in the hospital, you're unconscious, they are putting oxygen on you? How? They should come out openly. If the man was beaten from somewhere else again. But also I have to appreciate. I saw something on media. I don't know if it's true, because Honorable Mangasibungi, who is the chairman of the Buganda caucus, was saying this is wrong, the behavior of Honorable ZAAKE, and I think that's matured enough. Because sincerely, how can you attack a fellow member of Parliament over no reasons? And he's saying he spoiled their plan. Maybe the plan was to attack somebody else. But a wrong person was attacked. That's something I should appreciate. I am telling you, this man, Honorable ZAAKE, has to watch himself. Much as they have planted people to send me those threatening messages, but I'm getting a lot of messages from Ugandans, including those who are sending me money, by the way, appreciating punching Honorable ZAAKE in the country. And that shows to me that his conduct has been wrong, and he has to improve on his conduct. Because if people from Metiana municipality are sending me messages and appreciating me for punching their member of parliament, that's wrong. That cannot happen in my constituency, Kilak North. That somebody has punched me or has beaten me or have been a problem and they celebrate. No. But people are celebrating in the country, which is wrong. Even yesterday, I went for my breakfast in City Oil in Kamocha. People gathered around me. saying thank you. That's wrong. And I even fear going to public because people are appreciating. What is it? What is it? If you are a normal human being, a member of parliament, you should be loved by voters in the country. And people should appreciate your behavior, appreciate your actions. And I think this young boy needs to style up. If it is not a mental problem, then he has to.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker.
Madam Speaker.
Right Honourable.
Seconded by Honorable Frank, by Honorable Minister of Finance, by Honorable Bahati, by Honorable Musasisi, by the whole House on this side. Honorable ZAAKE. Honorable ZAAKE. Honorable ZAAKE. Can you sit, honorable members?